Here's a guide for mandatory film gear for a first-time filmmaker. And this is only, I should caveat this with, this is only if you have a budget for this. If not, get a $20 lapel microphone, hide it somewhere, and film with your phone. But that's only going to get you so far. When you start to work on saving up money for a budget or raising money for a budget, here are the first things you should spend money on. And the first thing is a camera. And when you buy your camera, you should get as much bang for your buck as possible. 4K is probably mandatory, but you shouldn't be breaking the bank for much more than that. Slow motion may not be needed. It may be something that you want to do in the long run, but it's not something that you need immediately for a narrative-based project that's typically seen as an indie film. You don't even really need to worry about dynamic range that much. It may just be splitting hairs because even baseline cameras do a really good job for the most part with low light performance, unless you are trying to push the envelope of creativity with your film. Audio inputs also help a lot because it helps you avoid having to worry about time code and syncing when you actually go up into the edit for your film. The next thing I would focus on is lenses. Consider lenses with autofocus if you are a self-shooter or you're running with minimal crew. If you have crew, you can move on to primes. And with primes, you should probably start with about a 50mm, then expand to a 24mm and 85mm prime to actually give you a little bit more options with how you're shooting. If you're not doing that, a 24 to 85 equivalent zoom is going to get you just about everything that you need, with very few people out there being able to spot the difference. Then you need to worry about sound, and arguably sound is probably the most important thing. That's why I recommend getting a microphone to go along with your phone if you're doing phone-based shooting for your first beginner projects. After that, you want to get a good shotgun microphone, something that can go with you everywhere and do a good job of directional sound pickup, something you could put on a boom, something you can mount on the camera, something that helps you get good audio. Then consider a portable audio recorder, something that can be carried around and later synced up with your video to give you accompanying audio. Then the sleeper thing that really makes a big difference on a set is lighting. There are basic 3-point lighting kits that you can get that have a key light, a fill light, and a backlight. And for some of the cheapest options, LED panels are so easy, so efficient, and so affordable, and now they're battery based, which just makes life so easy. Practical and natural lighting can fill many of these needs. Like right now, I'm being lit by a very conveniently placed window with great natural light. From there, you want to consider something like stabilization, a really good tripod that can hold your camera and the gear that you need. Then if you're considering any moving shots, consider a gimbal. You can get great gimbals either for your phone or for a larger camera for really reasonable prices nowadays.